All right, good evening, everybody. We'll call the meeting to order. This is the City of Desert Hot Springs special meeting of the City Council, and the City Council serving as the successor agency to the former Redevelopment Agency Board for Tuesday, December 9th, 2025. This is our 4 p.m. special session meeting. Roll call, please.
Councilmember Pitts is absent. Councilmember Pai?
Here.
Councilmember Voss?
Present.
Mayor Pro Tem Gardner?
Present.
And Mayor Manis.
Present. Please rise and join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. Ready? Begin. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Do we have any public comments on items on the agenda?
I believe we may have public comments.
Do we want to wait till the items themselves?
Yes.
Okay. I thought in a special meeting they had to make comments up front, no? You could, in a special meeting, you can still make general comments?
Yeah, people can make general comments if they would like. However, for the actual item that's before the body, maybe we should wait till.
Do we have any general comments tonight? Okay. We'll move to the administrative calendar, and we will, the first item on the administrative calendar is to approve a contract change order number 1 for the John H. Furbee Aquatic Center Improvements City Project number 2013. Mr. Boris.
The next Mr. Mayor is going to be, excuse me, Mr. Mayor is going to be Tim Jonathan. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Honorable Mayor, council members, Tim Jonathan, your consultant, city engineer. This item was last in front of the city council on September 2nd. The award of contract for the Furbee pool was to California Waters is the name of the contractor. They've been at work since early October. Largely up to now, it's been a demolition project. There was a bunch of the decking and the spray ground and other things that had to be removed. When they got into the pool bottom itself, though, that they discovered that the pool bottom thickness was in some places less than half the 6 inches that were required, and what that caused was the rebar to come up in some places through the tile. That's why you could see some of the rusting that you've seen over the years there. And then it was also touching the ground underneath the pool bottom, which is a problem also. So we had our designer take a look at it and come up with some recommendations. The one that California Waters felt the most comfortable with and probably makes the most sense is that since the specifications had just called for spot repairs, that wasn't going to be satisfactory, that we needed to replace the bottom in full, put down new rebar, re-pour it at the correct thickness and so forth to get the pool back up and have that bottom stable. So the cost of that was submitted by California Waters, $195,000. Also entails about a month delay, about 25 days added to the contract. Staff is proposing to handle this change order if the council approves it out of the capital improvement fund, and then as part of the budget adjustment, the mid-year budget adjustment, it would be handled there. So with that, that concludes my staff report. Be happy to answer any questions.
Are you here to make any comments on this item or the next one? Next one, okay. I did have a question, but then I forgot it. Anyone else? Yes, sir.
Just one. And this was done 2005, was it, when this bill was built?
No, it was longer. It was 10.
Yeah, I think it was 2010.
Yes.
Yeah,
It was about 2008, 9, 10.
8, 9, somewhere back in there. Obviously, if the concrete thickness wasn't what it was up to and the rebar was touching the ground underneath, do we have any sort of recourse with the original builders, even though after this late of time? I mean, not it's obviously out of warranty, yeah. But right. Would that not even be considered
I'd have to
fraudulent contracting?
I don't know if it was fraudulent. I think that might be a stretch, but I'd have to see about the statute of limitations. It seems like, I mean, it's been well over 10 years, so I don't know if we're even in the statute of limitations period. But I could definitely check to, you know, if that was something.
I don't know how the rest of you feel, but it might be worth.
I wouldn't know off the cuff.
I kind of work in this world a little bit, and I just recently went to a new pool construction, so I think we felt as a community during that time not to have an independent inspection done. There is a tool they can use to measure the gunite, and that obviously wasn't done. I mean, we're 15 years later, I don't think we have much recourse, and I don't think we should spend money to go after chasing something that we probably won't get reimbursed for anyways. And I'm sure the statute of limitations on this project would be up by now. But in the future, good practice would be to get an independent study if we build any more pools in the future, not that we're planning to, on the gunite itself.
Boardman at some point, but yes.
But the problem with gunite too is, maybe the engineers here can say this, is once you spray it, you gotta let it settle, and if you don't see where it's sinking and don't get it measured correctly or inspected correctly, this will happen.
Yeah. We've already alerted, obviously, our inspector to watch out for this. If we move forward with the new floor bottom, do the testing as the mayor suggested to make sure we get the proper thickness this time.
No, that's all I've got.
Any other questions?
No, just one comment. He didn't state it in the staff report, but for those who were looking for the pool to open soon, the project moving forward will ensure that the pool floor is not problematic, and that's the main thing as to why we're doing it. And so because of this, approving this contract change order would also increase the contract time by 25 days. And that's just for those who want to know what's happening.
Yeah, that was going to be my comment also. Thank you for reminding me, is that we're not going to miss any timelines of pool use, right?
So unfortunately, it is going to delay the opening for the swim season for the high school. The high school has been notified. It is not going to delay our normal swim season, but it will delay the opening for the high school. But like I said, they have been notified already, so they have adequate time to make other arrangements for that initial 25-day period that we're going to fall behind.
If nothing else out of all of this, this pool has been a little bit of a money pit for as long as I've been on council. And with this rebuild and everything, right, Danny, it's not going to be a money pit anymore? Yes.
That's a good answer, Danny, but it's, I think all pools, even in the communities that I manage, are always money pits. They never seem to, you always find an issue here and there, but whatever, it is what it is, and it's a good community asset, so.
Yeah, no, I don't disagree with that.
Yeah. All right, we'll accept the motion to.
So moved. Second.
There's a motion to move the item and seconded. Wait for it to come up on the screen and we'll vote. Please vote.
Motion passes unanimously.
Thank you very much. Next is the awarded construction agreement for the Eagle Sports Park Project 4000. Mr. Porras?
And again, Mr. Mayor, this will be Tim Jonathan.
Thank you. This project was advertised October 23rd, 2025. The Eagles Sports Park, formerly the Corporate Yard Park as it was known before then. On November 24th, we received 7 bids, the lowest of which was from Three Peaks Corp for $8.56 million. Almost the very same day, I think, we received 2 bid protests. The first was from company Zico. They were the 3rd lowest bidder. They submitted a bid protest plus some clarification. Their basic protest to the bid is the qualifications under a general Class A contractor's license, which is what we called for in our bid advertisement, was not qualified to do some of the specialty work, which is, we've investigated it, and that isn't correct. It isn't. The 2 items in particular were landscaping and irrigation installation, which I'm not sure how you do parks projects without doing those, but at any rate, Three Peaks, the low bidder, is qualified and can do those, self-perform those, and so that was the first hurdle. MDB General Engineering, the 2nd low bidder, also questioned, had a couple technicalities around Three Peaks bid in terms of this ICPI. It's a paver installation certification. It's not required, our reading of the bid documents, it's part of the submittal process that you have to have somebody licensed and show that license before they can actually install the pavers, but it didn't have to come in with the original bid. And then the other question was on the percentage of the subcontractor work that MDB called into question because they hadn't actually listed it in the low bid, and that is a non-material item that the city is certainly able to waive in this case. So basically, there's a procedure to go through if the council so desired to. You could have a hearing on these items and go into more detail on them if so desired. It's the recommendation of both myself and the city engineer, though, that that isn't necessary. These are relatively minor items that have been objected to. So our recommendation is to award the construction project to the lowest responsive bidder, Three Peaks Corp. The one thing I would add is that Three Peaks is, their attorneys actually supplied a response that goes into a lot more of the legalese of those items that I just discussed, and I think they didn't actually get it attached to to your packet, unfortunately, but we have copies available if you'd like to read those. The other thing is the award of we're recommending a 5% contingency instead of a 10% contingency to allow for construction management and other expenses that might come along. We'll award those separately. So that concludes my staff report. Be happy to answer any questions you might have.
We'll take public comments first. I know I have one public comment. What's the first name? Roy. Oh, okay, it's just Roy. Roy Wallace.
Thank you. This will be very brief. I represent Three Peaks as an attorney. I was only going to bring up a comment if there was any potential objection to the committee's report, but since there isn't, we appreciate the committee's discretion and we agree with the city manager and the city engineer on the report. So with that being said, we would like for the board to agree with the city manager and the city engineer's discretion in this case and award the bid to Three Peaks. Thank you.
Thank you. Any other comments? All right, we'll move the questions for city staff.
Just one, noticing, you know, you went into detail there on the appeals and the legalese and all of that fun stuff with that. Is there, you know, and I haven't recalled us having this many bid protests, and at least severe ones in the time that I've been here. Is there a likelihood that this is going to delay that project if it goes to a court case, or if there is a court case?
So the city council could go ahead and award the contract now. And I think the question is whether or not, if there is a court case, if we do get sued, does it stay the underlying moving forward of the project? Unless there's a court order requiring this stay, then the answer is no, we could continue with the project. Of course, if we get a court order, that means that somebody would have to sue and then petition the court to actually stay the underlying project. Then and only then will we need to actually stop and halt everything. We actually discussed this as well with the city manager in some of our earlier discussions on this project, obviously without council present, just kind of looking over everything.
Okay, so we don't anticipate, that's not a...
That is not anticipated.
Okay, thank you.
No other questions or comments? Oh, I'm sorry, go ahead.
In the resolution, it is stated that the term starts December 2nd. Just like for the attorney to look that over.
And my only comment is, did you guys get that? Yes. All right. And then my only comment is, this is an important part to us, so whatever we can do to move this as quickly as possible. I know we're not going to make any of these seasons for 2026, but 2027 is going to be important for Little League and youth football. So if we can do whatever we can, I believe you said it's a year construction?
Yes.
So, awesome.
No, but I would agree with that. This is something that the community and the neighborhood has needed for a long time and is excited to see. It's one of the more frequent questions that I get from residents is, when are we starting that park? When are we starting that park? So I'm excited to see this move forward. I'm glad we're having a special meeting instead of waiting till January to award this bid. And I'm looking forward to seeing some shovels and dirt pretty soon.
And with that, I'd like to move staff's recommendation.
I'll second.
Please vote.
Motion passes unanimously.
No other business before us. We are adjourned.
Waiting 30, 15 minutes.